What did you want?
I want the story just to be vaporized into my brainwaves without having to worry about it. Just give
I
me
want
a
you to
Dark
pay a
Souls
bunch
game.
of voice actors.
Clearly. You only need fancy animations. Dark Souls showed us that with fucking Elden Ring and just Funcom shit in general like that. Or not Funcom, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
FromSoft. Okay. Where it's literally just... Oh, by the way, none of these guys talk at all. It's just really good voice acting.
And large breasts.
And when they do talk, it's just...
There's that.
Huh. That thing. The soul. From Shistay. That's it.
Why are there parasites in the ethereal plane?
Don't talk about Aahana like that.
But to say,
She
is
looks
that
like a
we
leech,
hear
but she
someone
isn't
ask
one.
about
Fucking
us?
flea-sized creatures that feed on psionic activity? Cerebral parasite.
Doesn't sound very ethereal. Welcome to our place that's essentially heaven. We have fleas. Be careful.
Oh, it's not heaven, don't
Depends.
worry.
Yeah, in most places, the ethereal plane's not heaven.
Hey, fleas get to go to heaven too.
No, they
They don't have
fucking
souls.
Everything has a soul.
Oh, good. Face spiders. I can deal with that.
Someone was
I'm
already
fucking
Catholic.
sorry, what?
Phase spiders. One of the classic D&D monsters.
There's just a random mage floating
And
by.
foo creatures, a foo dog, and a foo lion.
No. There's just a random
Foo
mage floating
creature.
by, and we're like, what the fuck are you doing here? I just cast Blink, and I didn't realize the time divergence was so bad. It's been 5 years. What year is it where you're in your time zone? Well... Insert name of a nearby folly. Is that place still good? No.
What about my good friend? It's been so long I can't remember his name, but he was a tiefling scientist with a red hairband.
Oh no.
Good news, he's still alive.
Bad news, he's still alive.
All you
has he-
characters aren't going to understand this. I should at the very least explain that in Narthuza, the ethereal planes is a barren wasteland of a realm that is basically the beginning of different planes of existence. It is not linked to anything aside from other planes of existence. It is literally the realm between the different realms that all the gods will eventually have. Currently only inhabited by life, death, and has access directly to basically the starry space between the worlds. That is what the ethereal planes are.
Oh, I got it. So we're gonna
So eventually, sun, moon, all of the gods will have their own realms here in the ethereal planes, their own little spots, and you have to. It's like the ethereal planes is the realm and the area that links all of them. So if you travel far enough and in a various way, you'll find them.
I don't want to talk to the Eldronga broodmother again, though.
Yeah, actually, you'd probably find quite a few Eldrongi out here.
There's something very funny about only inhabited by life and death and fleas.
No, there's other creatures, but it's what the ethereal planes is, or at least the ethereal realm in Narthuza is.
We move a cloud. We find Nyx, who, becoming the god of time, exists at all times. He's just like.
But yeah,
5 more
technically he's
centuries.
here too.
Just 5 more centuries. Come on.
Just ignore him.
Ignore the man behind the clouds. He's not relevant yet.
But technically would still exist.
Have we met Nyx? I don't
No.
remember.
Wait,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, no. I
He
remember.
showed up because he's like, where the fuck is my sister? And you're like, well, she went kind of home. And he's like, what? Starts slithering back.
And then we met them again with Aahana in the cave with Anaku.
Yep.
Yep.
I just love that he came all the way over to fucking your guys' continent and then had to go all the way back.
And then he's
Wow,
like,
you
shit.
just missed her.
You just missed
My
it.
sister's dragon god that she works for is fucking dying. Let me go help him.
Nyx is still my favorite. the
Really, I would've thought
misfortune
your
of being, the not really, brother, but still brother technically, but not really to, the god of destruction. It's great.
I would have thought your favorite Lamia would be Mr. Eyebrows.
No, he's pretty great though. Every fucking, underworld has to have like a couple of merchants that show up in all of the different, black markets everywhere and has no real explanation as how they get there.
Every game needs its Duke.
Yes.
Every game needs its
Mine just has really
enchantment.
good eyebrows. Are you all
But
ready? Let's go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's definitely a trope of NPC I'm gonna make eventually when I get the nerve to play a game again, run a game again of just, this has been such a tough dungeon. What's on the other side of this door? Hello! Welcome to my shop. What the fuck are you doing here?
I lease it.
Are
I have
you all
permission
ready to
be
start
here. What
early
the
or
fuck are
not?
you doing here?
Since we're all here.
I'm gonna start early. Is everybody else?
I'm good.
Yeah, I've finished
Yeah,
being a
I'm
meat
good.
baron.
Alright, I'll switch this over and somebody can roll the D200.
We'll put
Yes.
up the tweet.
Yeah, we've been live for a little bit bitching about stupid shit.
I shall roll the click-clack.
But yeah, you guys are the first ones from Narthuza to be living or to have entered the ethereal plane. Nice.
Minus anybody casting the blink spell, like a aforementioned mage floating aimlessly.
Aelin,
Hey.
games exist, right?
Hey, games exist.
Now, imagine if you had knowledge of all the different games from all the different worlds. What role-playing game would you like to play? Like, if you
The
could run
tabletop
any
version of
role-playing game,
Warhammer
what would it
40k.
be? Ah, yeah. That's Aelin speaking, not Hatter, right?
Oh, hi.
All right.
Blood for the Blood God sounds like a pretty good idea.
Aahana. If Aahana knew about all the different games from all the different worlds and shit, what role-playing game would she like to play?
So even before he said it, when I first heard you say the question, I already had my answer, but it's also Warhammer 40k, and it's the Custodies.
I knew there was a reason I liked you.
We hold the line.
Wilk.
The planet will break before we do.
Wilk. If you knew all the different games from all the different worlds, what role-playing game would you like to play?
Probably the quickest, fastest paced one I can think of, considering I likely don't have a lot of free time.
Wilk doesn't have a lot of free time?
Oh yeah, I'm too busy doing other things, like my duties and my jobs. I don't really do R&R a lot. So, what's that one where... is that a role-playing game? Is that Deep Dwarf Galactic considered role-playing?
Nah, it's more of a dungeon crawler.
You can pause RimWorld fast, right?
Sure.
Something like that sounds pretty fun. Or maybe
Okay.
The Witcher.
There you go, The Witcher. That's the proper answer. Oswald, if you knew of all the different games and all the different worlds, what role-playing game would you like to play?
See, the problem is the only game I could think of that Oswald would hardcore vibe with, I
Pokemon.
don't think is an RPG. No, well, maybe Pokemon, but
Monster
the
Hunter?
first game that came to mind was Ark.
I mean, it's got a
Not a
story.
Yeah, Ark then. Just like, what are you guys doing? Come over into Oswald's room, head turns around, dinosaurs!
All right, let's get to the question. Intro, hun.
Alright. Welcome to the Legends of Narthuza. Last time, in summary at least, our valiant team of Copperclaws descended further into the heavily guarded opera-singing crypts. Through vigilant battles, deafening music, and a few solved puzzles, they managed to work their way to a deafeningly loud source of opera music and the presence of an undead jester. In an alarmingly deadly battle for both fronts, the Copperclaws managed to keep on their feet through the Room of Grease and their laughter to a minimum as the jester had his way until, with a flourish, he crumpled to the floor. Not worrying about desecrating other grave sites, the group entered the ethereal realm, where each second feels to be 3 hours from the uncanny time divergent. Will they manage to find Death's Temple, or will they become lost in this endless expanse? Let's find out.
I mean, it's easier to find things when there's more things populating it. You guys are in, like, beta version ethereal plane, or the ethereal realm.
Oswald swiping at the lower right of his vision. Anyone else see beta version 1.2?
Oh god, I'm falling through the map!
I mean, I see off in the distance a random cube. It's purple and black, checkered.
Oh, you didn't download COD.
Alright. So, who was the last one to come through? Oswald, correct? And you, for the rest of you, it's been about 5 hours, correct? Oswald, were you wanting to rest longer, or...?
I wanted to at least take an hour to retool my kit so it's not all based on undead.
Well, I guess in the meanwhile, I should ask this shit. Can I sense the ability to cast spells here?
Yes, but it feels
Strange.
difficult.
Well, Susie's not here, so that would probably be deadly regardless. I do have the orb to draw from, but that should be careful. I was gonna summon a great feast for us, but probably best to save our energy.
Aelin just snoring in the corner.
It is weird that I was gone that long despite only taking a minute.
Yes. You were all gone for a very long time.
There's no telling how long people are gonna be waiting for us to get anything done either.
Well, I would assume time moves much faster here than there, so... They're probably not going to be waiting very long.
Huh. It's a lot of thoughts go into it taking longer for us to wait here for that, but it's also be faster. There's only so much crap I can keep up with when it comes to that sort of thing, so I'm just not going to worry about it for now.
Well, you guys had a long rest under an hour ago. Well, some of you. Oswald definitely had a long rest and under an hour ago. What are you guys wanting to do? You see an endless expanse of rolling, sort of pale, almost like they lost their color, fields of like this like short grass. In the distance, randomly, outcroppings of more just kind of grayish rock. The sky is covered with stars, but bright, as if it's daytime.
I mean, Aahana was just slithering off in a random direction, so... She's gonna keep doing that unless someone says otherwise.
We should keep up with her then, shouldn't we?
Yep.
I suppose she's going towards the light source.
So towards the large glowing ball of what appears to be the sun in the distance?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's the only really defining feature.
Kind of following along, but also looking around, because despite how bright that light source is, we can very clearly make out through the light pollution like a mini fucking almost galaxy-esque veil thing over there.
Well, yeah, like I said, the sky is covered in stars despite the light.
It's very crazy, then.
As she slithers along, the scenery around you shifts as you move. However, the ball in the sky that is clearly something sort of sun never moves. You never seem to get closer to it. It never rises in the sky. In fact, the stars above you don't ever change. Ground around you does shift, and different hills and valleys and shit sort of pops up, but it's still just the same, almost dead-feeling grass. Same hills, same rocky outcroppings. How long would you like to continue?
As we're walking, before we even get to that, Aelin, can you sense a north?
You realize nobody woke Aelin up, right?
Now you're coming with us, motherfucker.
No, we were all woke. You were all woken up. I remember we all woke up. Aahana was annoyed.
They wouldn't have left you
We're
behind,
slithering away.
Aelin. Nice
Can he
try.
sense true north?
It's weird. At first, you're like, I think it's that way, but then you're second guessing yourself because, like, no. Because normally, with the sun and all that, it'd be this. But so at first, you have this urge that there's a certain way you should be going, but for you, no, you can't sense a north. You just there's a direction you feel like you need to be going, and you're not going that way.
All right, there's no real north, so to speak. But my gut tells us we should be going that way. He kind of points over his shoulder.
Alright, I guess we can all dedicate now we're going that direction. Everybody okay with that idea?
Fine by me.
Yeah, sure.
He didn't even have that malicious tone about him, so I don't even think he's bullshitting us this time.
No, it's like being down in the caverns of time. I
Yeah,
don't like it.
That checks out. Put something in my bag of holding, it falls from the sky, hits me.
So you guys turn back around and start moving in the other direction. I will say that you traveled about 2 hours in one direction. Now you're going back. How long do you want to travel?
We'll stop after the...
Do we start? Well, I can't get hungry, but does everyone else start getting hungry?
Weirdly, no.
Huh. I'd assume the ambient magical energy of this place is fueling us somehow. Or either that, or it's just really displaced time.
Aelin, do you, does the feeling keep going in that direction? Or is it
Aelin, yes.
It's like not a pull, but I don't know, like, you know when you just know which way is home?
It's an interesting idea. Is that even innate to you? I'm gonna close my eyes and start focusing. I'm gonna, like, look inward. Do I feel a pull?
What are you looking for?
I'm going to just, like, see... I'm just gonna close my eyes and focus around me. Do I feel like a pull?
No.
Like he did? Nothing?
No.
No. I'm not getting anything myself.
He's gonna take out his your little group sending stone. He's like, "Can you guys hear me?"
Nah.
Fuck
It
it. Well,
lies
there goes that
in
idea.
your hand. All seeming magical shit, not active. In fact, all of you are starting to notice that your magical equipment is no longer magical.
I pull out Mind Spike.
Oh.
Ness, are you in there?
You get no response.
I try to use one of my Primalist abilities. Are they inert?
Yours, yes.
Oh, no.
Well, I already knew I wasn't connected to Shaydreth, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, actually, any sort of ability that's taken from a class that's dedicated to a creator or one of the Ciangal, it doesn't work. You can still use fighting styles and abilities, but magic linked directly to, like, Scheherazade won't be working here.
Huh. Well, I have a stick and my gun.
You have a
still.
stick.
I have my dart launcher.
Aelin has a bow.
We've got decent
I'm sorry.
equipment.
It's just the way he said that. But, well, I have a stick.
It's a metal stick.
You guys continue to walk for at least another hour. I've not at all gotten any answers for how long you want to go, so I'm going to say it's about 5 hours that you guys have been traveling. Back and forth, so...
How
Despite the
tired
fact that
does
you
Amal
guys
look?
literally doubled back and started walking back the way you came, the terrain continues to get weirdly different, and nothing looks the same as it did before. Yes, Aelin?
How tired does Amal look?
Ama!
She's currently riding her.
Yeah, Ama doesn't look tired, but it looks a little perturbed.
Scratch behind her ear. Just, come on, good girl.
Brother, the Sandies, perhaps we diggies? I am not digging out a temple, Lusan.
There's no sandy here. It's grass. I've said that 3 times.
Oh, sorry.
Father, I'm a little stupid.
There's sandies under the grass!
I think that's called dirt, Lusan.
But it's not dark.
It is sandies. Dirt is a type of sand.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna pull him out to a stop and look up in the sky. Hey! I really thought that would work.
Anybody here?
Your realm is stupid!
There's not even
So-
really a breeze. It's just weirdly stagnant, but not at the same time. This entire place around you feels like a conundrum.
Oswald feels really uncomfortable noticing there's literally no echo from those words
Mhm.
off of anything.
I don't like
Uh,
it much here.
So, I was too busy looking at my abilities that don't apply here anyway. Wilk couldn't find a pull himself.
Didn't seem to, no.
There is an idea that I could do. If we can't pray and reach for the things in our realm, maybe we can pray and reach towards death.
I don't really think that's a good idea for most living creatures to do.
I mean, funny, but
I mean, I'm not making a joke here, legitimately. I'm not saying that he's a bad guy, it's just death is not typically becoming of a living creature.
You have a watch, right, hun?
yeah,
And it's mechanical?
yes.
So it still keep track of time. And while you guys feel like you've been wandering for about following Aelin for about 7 hours, your watch says it's been 24.
Hmm.
In fact, it's around this time that you guys start to feel the rumbles in your stomach. While you didn't feel hungry, your stomach is protesting. And also, now that your stomach is protesting, your eyes are struggling to stay open. You're tired. Your legs ache. You've been walking for an entire day straight, apparently. At least that's what you think, hun.
Looking at the watch. Does anybody else notice it actually feels a lot later than it does?
As Wilk says that, Aelin, Ama, suddenly stops and then starts walking in a circle as if it's getting ready to fall asleep. It yawns.
He's gonna fucking clamber off the top of us. She's heavy. God. Alright, Ama says it's bedtime.
She's scratching up the grass, making herself a little hole, but not whole, in soft dirt sand that's underneath the grass.
Well, it looks like we're making camp here tonight.
Yeah. Wilk,
today.
I don't suppose your bag is still working, is it?
I check it.
No.
No. Looks like we're going hungry tonight.
You guys don't have normal rations in a non-magical bag?
Got a few.
Yeah, I say I have 10. I don't think I eat them. Do I start feeling hungry?
If you don't need food anymore, then no.
Okay. I can offer up some of my rations. I kind of just carry them around now in case.
Fine.
Pooling what you guys have and figuring out what sort of actual rationing needs to happen might be a good idea.
Listen, you don't gotta lie to me, Aahana. I know you only carry them around to offer to cats.
Well, it says my thing says 10 rations. I think that means 10 meals or
I
10
have-
snacks or whatever we want.
No, it's 10 entire day of food, basically.
Oh, okay.
I have
If you want to stay
15.
well fed.
Yeah.
I believe we can get by on half a ration if we want to try and make them stretch.
Yes, you can actually.
Alright. Get rid of Ama. Aelin, we can't afford right now to feed animals.
Alright, fine. I guess I'll walk. I'll see you
no,
later,
the poor
darling.
prince has to walk.
We'll go through.
Technically, yes, I am a prince. Clicks
As you
fingers
say
at
that
the
to her and start to summon her, she like lifts her head and starts to screech at you in protest.
He's sending a backup. Protests mean nothing to him.
No, I know you would.
And she's
Alright.
dead.
Well, that's Emmy's problem.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna summon her next time. It's just gonna be a corpse of a dragon.
Oh god.
It's like, I don't know what this is, but I think that's a glitch.
What do you guys think the chances
Oi,
are that there's
mods!
spirits here?
I don't know. Where even are we? Does anyone have any actual idea?
None of you are wizards, so all of you that want to try can make an Arcana check at disadvantage. Because none of you have studied magic. Wilk has, but he's not a mage, and he's very...
I've been around mages, maybe I've heard them talk.
basically.
We are in Cloudland.
Come on, roll.
19's not bad though.
Disadvantage.
All right.
Cloudland.
I'm not
Because even
allowed
then, it
roll
would have to
Arcana.
be a very powerful mage that has found this realm.
I mean, I know
Roll
it's a
20 has
different realm.
decided I'm not making this roll.
Refresh.
There we
And now you're making it 3 times.
Jesus
Four.
Christ.
4.
7, no.
Oh yeah. Fucking Jesus.
Aelin.
Aelin knows nothing about magic. He wouldn't even try.
He just knows he's here.
Yeah, to be
Yeah.
fair, he knows nothing about magic and he doesn't know about this realm, so fair.
Doesn't even know much about his own realm.
All you guys know are you are in a
Purple.
different area of
Not much.
existence. That is all you know. You don't know why. You don't know why this portal led you here.
I'm realizing
As you
that
guys
that wasn't a
Eat
giant...
your half ration and go to bed unsatiated. I'm guessing you guys are holding watch or talking.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Aahana,
champ.
can I get a copper?
Sure. I was gonna hand over a copper.
He's going to attempt to cast Wild Cunning.
Roll me your casting stat.
Is cool. Charisma, I believe. No, wisdom. 19 or 17.
It goes up. Out. What are you doing specifically? Is it all of these?
No, sorry, it's just one. Alright, all of that camp stuff is in that magical pack, right?
It's
Yeah.
in Dirg.
Yeah.
The reason that we didn't bring Dirg with was because technically he was right outside the dungeon in our rock. We were not prepared to enter a different realm of existence.
In that case, clean drinking water you'll be looking for. Where it is, if it's within range, and where to find it.
Not suitable shelter?
It doesn't look like it's gonna storm.
At first, you feel like you don't get any pings and you get a little worried. But then you get the barest sort of hint. But it's weird because coming from below all of you. And you're not sure how far down, but pretty far.
Well, there's water below us, and the spirits kind of spoke to me.
No, you didn't get any spirits. Like, it was more of a, you just felt it. Ping.
Oh.
It was weirdly disjointed and not at all very natural feeling, and it was very unpleasant.
Well, there was a shiver round up my spine, and I think I just lost some sanity. But there's water below us. Somewhere.
Alright. That's useful. I guess.
Kinda. I just wanted to
Ahana's
see if I
gonna-
could cast it.
Ahan's gonna split a ration between Aelin and Wilk.
Yeah.
Appreciate
'Cause I
you.
think Oswald said he had some.
Yeah, you guys should pool it and then probably try to keep track of it.
Yeah.
So how's
So
watch
my-
going, or what are you guys doing?
I'll take first watch. I rest quickly, so.
How many
I'll take
rations do you
third.
have, Oswald?
I have 14 and a half.
I will hand you 9 rations.
You're the ration keeper now,
Keep
Oswald.
track of those.
Shit. How many did you hand me?
I would
9.
have 18 if my bag worked.
Does this be a lesson? Don't ever be too reliant on magic.
We've had that lesson
Aahana
enough
carries
times.
everything on her.
See, you understand, Aahana.
I have a lot of stuff. It's just we had a lot more food in there.
My strength is 12. I can't hold all this.
Looks back at giant fucking backpack on his back.
Alright, I'll take first watch.
I'll take third.
While you guys are sleepy because you did walk for a while and your bodies, or at least your legs, maybe feet aching a bit, it is weirdly off-putting to try to sleep with that sun and the lightness in the sky just sort of beating down on you.
Aahana flips out her fire soaked blanket, it puts over her head.
Some tossing, turning, you guys find comfortable positions and do drift off into a dreamless, very weirdly it feels, you know when you fall asleep and then you wake up and it's morning? It feels like that when it happens.
Aelin's not gonna try and sleep like he normally does. He's actually gonna sit
Do the
cross-legged
meditation.
and try and actually meditate for the first time since episode 4? Maybe episode 3.
You've been meditating before. You've been saying that you meditated for 4 hours and stared at other people.
Yeah, but it's more like he just kind of lays down. He's not actually sat cross-legged and, like, hum.
Oh, okay.
He's just laying down, not thinking. It's
Pretty
like,
much, yeah.
I'm pretending to sleep.
Alright, honey, roll me that d20. Alright, nothing happens. Your watch passes without a problem. The never shifting sort of like area around you is just interesting.
I'll go fucking wake up Oswald then for his.
Oh, okay. I'll Can I borrow the watch, Wilk?
Yeah. Take Luce on as well. He'll keep an eye open for you. Cat stairs.
He's just saying in my mind, honk me, 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 me. I think he's sleeping with his eyes open. Alright, I'll take watch.
Alright, roll me a d20.
D20. 17.
Roll me d16.
$37.
Wait, no, a d16.
D16. Okay, so
I'm like looking at the 37, like, what?
How?
1.
Roll me a d2.
So one of those
And
microscopic
promise
parasites
me
is
you
in
do
your...
not roll a 2.
Okay. There. Damn it. I mistyped roll. I was trying to just do roll 2. Alright, 1d2. Okay, let's all hope. Let's all hope I don't roll 1! Ugh! If I rolled a 2, one of those flea-sized parasites would have been directly in my brain.
No, it would be the cerebral parasites if you rolled a 1-2, so I'm just saying.
Ah. Since they're tiny, they would go for Aelin's dick.
Damn it, again! Dan, I think your
Sorry.
mic keeps picking up your phone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Is it still picking it up?
I mean, when you're talking, we can hear it. Yeah, a little bit.
Just barely, though. It was
Yeah.
more just every so often there was like a...
Yeah.
It's stopped now, though.
All right. Oswald, you see a herd of something in the distance, vaguely bison-shaped. But they're pretty far away, and it is a herd of them. You can't really get much detail at this distance, especially with the blinding sun in between you and them.
He's still gonna draw basically what he can see, but it's not gonna be anything specific.
But aside from that, if you don't engage, your sleep passes without a problem. Though they are still there when you go to wake up someone else.
So it was third watch was Aahana.
Aelin.
Okay, I'll go wake up Aelin then.
Alright,
Yeah,
did you see anything?
Yeah, that over there, and he points to the herd.
You see the vague shapes of bison in the far distance, the light of the large ball of glowingness in the sky, making it hard to discern features.
I'll make a mental note of where they came from and where they were going.
They don't seem to be
go get
going
some rest.
anywhere. Their heads are lowered, and it almost looks like they're grazing.
I just have to ask for my own notes. Is this ethereal?
Ethereal.
Ethereal, okay. Played too much 14. Alright, well, I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, good luck, buddy.
As
He's
you
actually
keep
gonna-
watch, Aelin.
Take out his longbow,
Okay.
just kind of knock an arrow and just watch the fucking herd.
Okay. If you don't engage, your watch passes without a hitch, and it'll be daytime. Or, well, everyone's gotten enough sleep at the very least.
Alright, time to wake up!
Ugh.
That never gets old.
Oh, I didn't have my character sheet open.
Aelin, you still feel that tug. However, Wilk, you feel a tug as well, but it's going in a different direction whenever that conversation happens.
Alright, I still say we should keep on going over that way.
Oh no, I'm getting an odd feeling in a different way now. Like, it just
Well,
feels like you want to go somewhere, right?
yeah. I mean, splitting up's probably not the best idea.
Hmm. Kind of like turn towards that direction.
It's actually the direction the bison are. Or the quote-unquote bison.
The bison.
Skinwalkers.
What do they kind of look like other than bison?
Again, the light behind them makes picking out features really difficult and your eyes are burning. Because it's just pain, the sharp pain of staring into the light, like you're looking at the sun.
Huh.
Kind of comforting to know there's other creatures out here.
I don't think fighting's a good idea, but at least there's things out here if we need to hunt.
I mean, we don't really know if anything out here is edible for y'all.
Well, we're able to breathe. It's gotta be something we can make out of it, even if it makes us shit ourselves to death.
That is not a way I'd like to go. Like, by all means, stab the shit out of me. But don't make me pour the shit out of you.
Just the dead silence. Like, I wouldn't like that. No, I don't think I would.
Nope, not at all.
That would be not preferable.
Well, maybe we are supposed to just follow our own personal tugs.
Do you or Oswald feel one?
I don't know. I haven't tried.
I don't feel like. Well,
Let
splitting
me
up's a
just-
good idea. I don't think that's going to be a good idea at all.
If we do split up, I want Aahana.
I'm sure you do.
We should not split up. We're not gonna split up.
Well, then we ought to just keep following Aelin's.
Let me see if I feel one. I'm just gonna close my eyes and like try to feel a pull somewhere.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining Oswald closes his eyes and just throws his hands out and starts like moving them side to side.
So you guys are just trying to focus on yourselves and trying to find tugs?
Oswald just starts doing the Macarena very slowly. Yes, he starts just trying to feel a tug.
Nothing.
Nah, I don't feel anything.
Nah.
I'm going to try something. I'm going to focus on the tug.
Okay. Why?
Do
Why?
I feel anything like similar to if I was casting a spell or
No.
anything?
This is very foreign and feeling you've never felt before. Although, no, you felt this before. It almost feels like the remembrance of homesickness.
It's almost a sick, nostalgic feeling the more I think about it.
You as well, Aelin. If you had to describe it, that's how you would describe it.
I've been feeling homesick since I fucking got here. Well, here is in Emelroth. Hey, Wilk, does it feel like you're getting pulled in that direction? Or specifically towards those wee beasties over there?
The direction past them. Homesickness.
Well,
What is home to you, anyway?
You know, I never really thought about it that way.
Are you
I,
trying to think
I
about
always
your home
figured you
now?
were kind of like a hobo.
Yeah, a little bit.
The tug direction is changing.
You just see him, like, silently looking in a different direction.
What is it, boy? What do you smell?
The harder I focus on something, it's like I'm attuning to a direction. Almost dreamt of food and water and death's table last night. Now I'm just thinking about that direction could take me home.
Hey, Oswald,
Yeah,
what's home to you?
you've been there. You know, Kraigdeep, back in the clinic.
Are you thinking about your home now, Oswald?
Yeah.
Picturing it in your head?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're feeling a tug.
but
Is it in the same direction as mine?
Well, all of you have a similar tug. It's the same direction that that Aelin wants to go.
I'm feeling it too now.
North would be. We asked.
Aahana, think of your home.
I don't really have one.
Well,
Think
you
of the
have a room at
closest thing
Newald
to a
Manor.
home.
Think of.
I
an
guess the
exit.
resistance, but it's not like I had a room there or something.
Are you picturing your resistance? And the
Sure.
people in place that it is. You are also getting a tug. It is kind of similar to the ones they have, but it's slightly off to the side.
I'm slightly to the left.
Alright, well, why don't we all just head in that direction until we start needing to split off more, and then we'll decide where to go.
Or we can think harder. I'm gonna focus on that feeling I got the first time I died, thinking about death.
That doesn't change. He's just. Nah, nothing changes.
Honestly, I haven't stopped thinking about home since we fucking got here. I just want to go see Rose.
We're a little far from there, but let's focus on that gut feeling and go that direction. Or, at the very least, food or water would be a good idea to focus on. But
Well,
knowing-
water's underneath us.
We have a lot of food for right now.
food might be that direction where the fucking bison things are. Let's go then.
So, who's leading, and what are you thinking about?
I'm gonna suggest we head roughly in the same direction, and if we start splitting off, that's one thing, and we'll start thinking about home, and I'm gonna start walking.
Ah, so
I'm
you guys
just
are thinking
following
about it.
Aelin.
All right, but you guys are all thinking of home.
Yeah.
No.
What are you thinking about then, Aahana?
She's just thinking she wants to figure out what's going on.
But
She's
you
not
don't-
a very sentimental person.
No, I know, but you don't even all think about your mission or anything else.
I mean, yeah, she's thinking about we need to get the essence of life and death.
Cool. You feel like you need to go back the other way, while you guys are following Aelin and Wilk at the moment.
She just stops.
Everything okay?
I need to go this way.
Why?
She turns around and starts slithering.
What are you thinking about now, Aahana?
My mission, which was what the rest of you should be thinking of.
I mean,
Fuck your mission.
the essence of life and death? I guess that is important, yeah. We were just trying to find anywhere to go.
See, you start thinking really hard about that.
About what?
Getting the essence of life and death.
So you think about wanting to find death.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you get the same tug.
Oh. Guys, think about finding death. You were right the first time. I apologize.
I'll start doing the same and focus heavily on getting the essence of death.
Aelin?
He's a selfish bastard. All he's thinking about is home, but he will follow them.
Okay. You keep getting that feeling of I need to go the other way, but you follow them.
I was about to say, Aelin, to clarify, we need to find the entity known as death. Don't think about killing yourself.
Oh, fuck.
You lot wander the plains for God knows how many hours. Your sense of time in this place is very much skewed. The landscape around you does seem to shift ever so slightly. And it's weirdly it's not like it naturally like evens out and changes. It's just as you guys are walking, you blink and suddenly you're in a different area.
Okay, it's been slowly changing, but now it very quickly changed.
Well, I mean, before it was just changing, but this landscape was the same. But now, instead of it being the same but different landscape as you move through the area, the same sky, sort of. The big ball of light in the distance is completely gone. It's now just a brilliant white overcast sky, almost like it was wreathed in clouds, but the landscape itself has shimmered into this. You see basically little plots of trees pocketing the landscape, and instead of rocky mountains, you see gentle hills. Same grass, and ever so often there's a single orb of light near the ground.
Hey guys, the devs forgot to hide the light emitters.
Should we report it in a bug report?
I know like 2 of the words you just said. Wait, no, 3 or 4.
Aelin's gonna wander closer to one of the big orbs of light.
Mm-hmm.
I will too.
Does it
You
feel
find it
warmer?
hard. No, actually. But it is so bright that your eyes are like, your tears are streaming down your face and your eyes are squinted shut because you're like trying to look but not.
Alright, yeah, fuck that. I'm not going blind.
Did you try closing your eyes? Might be too
Oh,
bright
that-
for that though.
But then I'll walk into the big ball of light and get turned into nothing.
I mean, we don't know what it does, but I would suggest not touching it anyways.
These trees are weirdly enough some form of a spruce bush. It almost feels like, because you can't like the leaves, the pine weird. So they're not pine needles, right? They're those little like hard, waxy like fronds, and they're a weirdly grayish, almost with a hint of green.
Huh.
And they go all the way to the ground instead of just to a little trunk, and then the trunk goes into the ground.
Should take some samples of this. Or do you think if we cut this, it'll send shit after us?
I'm not gonna fuck with another plane like this as little as I can.
Alright, I'm just gonna draw these then.
Even if I took a sample of this back and it was a powerful alchemical reagent, it might be better to keep it here lest it holds some kind of virus that gets loosed upon our realm.
Fair.
Meanwhile, Aelin trying to collect the fucking pine cones.
There's no pine
Not
cones.
pine cones. Oh, no seeds or nothing?
You don't see any.
Damn.
Aelin, grab a branch.
Done!
Ugh.
Gonna grab a branch and try and snap it off.
All right, you pull off a branch.
I'm telling Rose what you did to get that. She'll either love you more or be mad while loving you more.
Your hand
You know
is
what?
now
I couldn't-
covered in a weirdly grayish but semi-clear, translucent, sticky sap. The wood of this tree is weirdly pliant, but rough to the touch.
Anyone got any empty bottles?
You're not having anything from my alchemist's kit.
I got a couple from the potions. They're not that big, but
I just want to gather some of this sap.
yeah, just a little
nope.
vial. Here you go.
I think he's gonna try and just get one of his knives and just scrape some off the branch.
Sighing, you're still a ranger.
Well, the branch itself doesn't have a lot because it was a small branch, but the tree itself is oozing. Survival.
Survival.
Lusan's helping him. Lusan, get away from me! You'll light the whole place on fire.
Oh god, forest fire!
You dig your
That'll
knife
help him.
into the bark of the trunk that the branch came from, and you gouge it open, and more sap flows, and you gather it in the bottle.
Yeah, just try and get as much as you can in the bottle before closing it.
I'm tempted
Shove
to
it in his
try
back.
it. I know I'm immune to poisons, but there could be other shit going wrong with it.
Thank you, Oswald. I meant thank you for the bloody vial, not for eating the tree.
I didn't eat it yet. I said I attempted to try it.
I'm gonna reach towards one of the lights in the distance. I'm gonna see if I can, pull from it like I could from my soul orb at all for magic.
No. You guys are right next to one of the orbs.
Yeah.
Everything here feels empty. Despite the fact that you can feel the branch and everything like that. It feels empty.
I hate the back rooms.
I would love to try and look at auras around here, but it's not working. My stone.
And you're
is
not
gay.
sure if it's because you can't see it because your ability's not working, or if there's just no auras.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I'm looking around at the others. I don't see their auras, right?
You don't see shit.
Should
All right.
focus on our task.
We detoured long enough.
Aahana slithers away. Let the nature nerds do their thing for a minute.
I got my tchotchkes for Rose. Let's go.
Alright, let's go.
Ah, my knee. Ow.
You guys continue to wander. Not wander, but go in a direction. The landscape around you changing, but not. Once again, it's just the same landscape, but it just varies slightly. The tree clumps in different areas. The waves of the ground and the gentle hills different. Until finally, you guys feel that familiar feeling as your stomach is grumble and your knees start to ache. If you check your watch, Wilk, it's been another 24 hours.
He's hesitant too, but he does. I get the feeling fate and destiny live in this realm. If they live at all.
You need me grandparents.
Shut up, Aelin. Don't
I
use
mean,
that against
hey.
me. I use it against you. You can't do the same thing back.
Kind of
All
true.
right. Are we doing the same watches?
We should.
Yeah.
Or do you want to switch, Oswald?
We can do the same.
All right. Pulls out blanket, puts
Everyone
overhead.
needs a half ration that is eating, correct?
Yeah.
That's 1.5
No.
rations.
Okay, I will mark down. Do you have your own rations, Wilk, or am I pulling it all out of these?
All out of there. Mine are in my bag, unfortunately.
We have 22 rations left, so that's 44 more days divided by 3. Math.
Father, the bright glowies, I like them. I bet you do, buddy.
He's like a moth.
We have like 14 more days worth of food.
Hopefully to get us there and back without starving too much. I don't want to eat my boots, but I will.
Just underneath the blanket. I'll tell your families you loved them.
Alright, so Hun, roll the d20.
Alright.
Roll me a d16.
$14.
Oh. I was hoping you guys wouldn't get this.
Oh. Oh no.
Is it gotta kill us? Because we have no
It's only challenge fine. You'll be fine.
You guys are just basically down a party member. Well, actually, no, you're down a lot.
Yeah, we are.
See if we can have any proper pictures. That'll work. Because I don't want to have to keep making tokens and shit, you guys are cool battling in the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just slap the pick on the screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all we really need. It's not like it'd be a big battlefield or anything. We'd just all be standing in the same spot around it anyways.
Pretty much. Alright, Hun. As you're keeping watch, like, fixated, looking around, are you doing anything else?
Just keeping watch. I've actually even got the rifle out since the rapier doesn't have its spells. So
Perception check.
Lusan's helping me. That is a 27.
The quick movement is what catches your eye. You see something scuttling towards you.
Oh God.
Got to xenomorph.
Like, it doesn't pause, it just keeps going after you. Like, it does not slow down. You know it's coming.
I shoot.
Alright, roll to hit.
And this will definitely wake people up. Wait, that's the crossbow.
You had a crossbow?
No, I have the gun out, but I was trying not to click on the crossbow. Damn it, where is it? There it is, fire sniper. 31 to hit, Jesus Christ.
That hits.
10 piercing, 4 fire. Bonus
That's it.
action, reload, shoot again. And that'll be my turn as the bangs wake people.
Oh. That hits.
Another 15 damage.
How much altogether?
That is 29.
Everyone is awoken by a bang bang!
And Lusan's holding his action to grapple if it gets up to me.
It is still closing the distance. It did pause as a bullet rips through it, but then it continues, and the next bullet that rips through it doesn't even cause it to pause.
This thing's
Everyone-
nightmare fuel.
that is waking up. You're seeing this thing scuttling very quickly towards you all. You have a brief reaction as it basically reaches, I'm going to say Aahana is the closest.
I'll smack it with my tail. No, I'm kidding.
Do it.
To be over brief reaction.
Actually,
Do it.
Do you have the +2 or
no,
no?
not bite.
I do not have the +2, so it's 12.
It does not hit.
Ignore the bite. I smack and grab with tail.
You grab it with tail.
Bam.
How much damage?
15.
All right.
I wouldn't still get that +5 from Adrian, right?
Nope.
No, I don't think so. Drop that off.
Also, if you're using Red Dragon Scream, it doesn't have a...
Yeah, non-magical.
It's now grappled.
Oh, sweet.
Let's see if that sticks.
28 hit?
That hits.
Oh, wait. Yeah, not the frost. Why is that called frost? Oh, yeah. Yeah, just 11 piercing.
All right.
The fuck is that?
6 claw attacks. Okay.
Bring it.
On top of its 2 claw attacks, this is multi-attack, and this is a flurry of claws.
What
Just
color's its
Aahana
blood?
wakes up, grabs 6-armed thing, like, ah!
Weirdly enough, this thing is weirdly, like, flexible, and while it doesn't seem to get free, it doesn't seem to be getting any sort of detriment to being grappled by you.
That's fair. It is very long.
Like, it's squirming so much that you're having trouble keeping a grip on it, but you do have a grip on it. What is it? What is it? Plus...
Lushka, sadly, you do not have me. This is simply a voice in your head by our parasocial relationship. We're fighting pre-patch Oswald.
What's your AC right now?
Okay. Does my sun still not give... Is my
No.
sun still not working?
All of your
Okay.
guys' magical items are mundane.
Okay, so give me one... what would be just the normal...
Plate, it's, I think,
Yeah.
capped at 18, yeah.
And shield is just standard +2.
Okay, so 1 second. Sorry, I have to... Okay. So, that would be 20 then? If
Okay.
it's, the plate does 18, the shield does 2. Wait, I wouldn't have the shield, so it's only 18.
Okay.
I'm sleeping.
Lushka, you mean you don't cuddle me in your sleep?
4 of those hit. What's 8 plus... Oh, it's 8 plus 20. It's 28. 28 slashing damage.
Nice.
And now we're back to Wilk.
Oh, Lusan's going to charge and Bappy bite. Does he have advantage? Is he still in the arms, or?
It doesn't seem to be giving him advantage.
So
Yeah.
12, no, I'm guessing.
It can't move away from her, but
It contorties. Oh, there we go.
that'll hit. Jesus
18
Christ.
damage. Good job, Lusan.
And with that, the creature lets out a screech as it goes limp.
What does it taste like to Lusan?
It doesn't taste like anything. In fact, it doesn't even seem to be bleeding.
Lusan
thing
jumps
dies.
back in people's brains. It tastes like nothing!
Dibs on its
Aahana
fangs.
clawed the fuck up. That's great to know, Lusan.
Before you get ripping the fangs out, let me and Wilk, inspect it.
Just drops it on ground.
Me, getting the gun ready. Walks over. I'll start the survival +1 at advantage with his help. 16.
With a 16, this creature's skin is weirdly leathery, and any wounds that it has taken doesn't seem to be having any fluids or anything leaking out of it. Its head is mostly a jaw with very sharp teeth meant for tearing, mostly just, the fangs and then some grippies. Seems like it tears chunks off and swallows them whole.
I'm pretty sure some kind of construct or monstrosity.
You're not getting much else aside from that.
Pending name, Flexile Roamer? Seemed very flexible.
Could
And
be
it does roam.
I don't know if this thing's a hunter or a roamer. Was it like slashing?
Looks like it has a mean bite. Bit of a pouncer. They're sneaking up pretty good. And it's very fast.
Flexile Ambusher.
Many hands.
Yes, it does have
Flexile
6
McMini
limbs
hands.
and 2 legs.
That being
But
said,
when it was coming up towards you guys, it was walking on all of its limbs.
Oh, Flexile Skitterer.
And then when I got to Aahana, it reared up onto its hind legs.
the leather seems pretty durable. I don't think it has any magical attributes to it, though. Maybe pretty... I feel it out. Would insulate or be good against fire or cold?
You don't fucking know. You'd have to test it.
Eh.
Alright, I'll take its skin.
You're taking its skin. Okay, so you're gonna try to skin it?
Yes. With a +5 from the... You're reading it right now, come on. Obsidian skinning knife. I was looking at the words.
I don't think that's
they weren't
magical,
working.
right? It's just a good skinning knife?
Yeah, it was just the good quality one he
Then
bought.
that's fine.
So it's like a 30?
You skin this creature, and it's weirdly not fun.
Oh.
What little meat underneath is gray and slimy, and not in a good way. And the skin itself, it almost feels like you're skinning a person, but there's too many limbs. But yeah,
Ugh.
you get the skin of this creature that you don't know what it
Skittering
is.
creature leather.
I'm gonna inspect its bones. Are they like solid or are they like cartilage?
You can't find any bones.
There are no... This thing doesn't have bones.
Ah,
Wait.
you'd think I would have noticed that as I was skinning it.
It had a jaw, though. This thing's
Is
just
that what
all
you think?
muscle.
Cartilage, maybe?
No, I can't find any cartilage either. It's just muscle. The only hard parts on it I can find are its teeth and claws.
Well, I'm going to bed. Lusan will help out whoever's keeping watch.
That'd be me.
I suppose I'll take the wee trance again.
Alright, roll d20. Oswald.
15.
D16.
Two.
Roll me d2.
Monster number 3.
If we have to fight those damn parasites, I'm being drunk while doing it too.
Listen, a man gets kicked in the dick enough, he starts drinking.
In the distance, Dan, you're seeing what can only be described as a herd of horse-like creatures. Forgot what we called them in our world. Cloven.
Okay.
Much more bulky though. No
Are they,
tailed. Like its tail is more like a lizard's tail. It has
Huh.
horns, and you can make out just the shimmer of its sides. You were at first like, is it fur? And it's just like short and silky. Now those are scales.
Ooh, Krillin.
Are they coming closer?
It's just a herd moving in the distance.
Huh. Making a note and a sketch of the dragon horses. Are they closer than the bison were?
No, they're about the same distance. There's not just giant light behind them.
Well, if I had my abilities, I would want to run off and try to befriend one, but I am not going to do that right now. Alright.
You guys gotta see this. These just look cool.
Oh, that does
sick.
look cool.
Well, that's horrifying.
The fuck you talk about? It's cool as shit.
It's fucking cool.
Looks like it wants to eat my dreams.
Alright. Well,
You're not wrong.
I'll eat your dreams first. Wake the fuck up, Aelin.
Ah, what? Alright. Get up, stretch, and longbow again. He hates this place.
All right.
Ooh, 1d20.
You don't gotta roll that because there's a
Oh.
ambient thing going on. I'm not gonna make you guys face more than one.
Oh, good.
Jesus.
Watch passes without an issue.
Go up and give Aahana a shove. Hey,
I'm up like halfway through the watch anyway.
What?
it's your watch.
AKA it's morning. Kinda.
We were only doing 3 watches, Aelin.
Yeah.
You know, you'd think I'd remember that with me elven mind.
You're
Boing.
getting on in years, buddy. Starting
Fuck
to
off.
feel.
I'm
You are
middle-aged.
technically middle-aged, yeah.
It's okay there, Grandpa.
Everyone else is not middle-aged, though.
Cleaning my gun with a grin.
Folds back up blanket.
Alright.
Aelin, again, you know what you're feeling like. Oswald, you're
Yep.
also, weirdly enough, you don't have a pull.
Huh.
The closest thing you can think of, like, it being a pull is the fact that you really want to go up to that herd.
I'm not feeling the normal pull. I'm just feeling my normal pull of I want to go play with the dragon horses.
Aahana and Wilk, you guys have an almost intense pain of a pull wanting you to go in a specific direction.
The mission. Follow.
Yeah, I got the same gut feeling there.
Alright, fine.
Grab your shit, let's go.
As you guys pack up and start to meander off, again, the world around you just sort of does its normal thing of the same terrain, just slightly different as you go on. After quite a long while, because I know, Wilk, you don't ever want to look at your watch, but long enough, the area around you shimmers again, much like it did the first time, and out of nowhere, the entire area around you changes into a different one.
Wow.
An
Hey,
endless
Lusan, there's sand now.
sea of
Diggies.
gray sand is around you. It's not hot, it's not cold, everything still feels empty. The sky is still overcast, this time a little bit darker. There's not as much light here, but there is enough that you can see. It's just not as overpowering as it was either of the previous times. With the first time being the most overpowering here, and the next time it was more along the lines of those orbs around you, and then the overcast, pale white sky. Here, it's more like there's a storm constantly on the horizon, and you're waiting for it at sunset. Almost like a twilight feel.
Hey, Oswald, can I get another one of those empty bottles?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I think I've got only like 2 more left.
Just give me them both. I'll buy you some more when we get home.
Alright,
we get
here you
home.
go.
I'm going to
Thank you.
press my ear to the sand.
Why?
I'm listening for any large burrowing.
You don't sense anything. It is, as per before, weirdly silent and stagnant.
Not even a screaming opera, he says out loud. Gets up.
You sound disappointed.
I don't know, actually. Sometimes I think that it's only so quiet here because he did hearing damage to us.
What?
Shut up, Aelin.
He's gonna bottle up some of the sand.
You bottle up the sand from the ethereal realm.
I'm hoping the ever-changing scenery just means we're getting closer to something.
Surely we have to be, right?
And when we get closer to one thing, we get further away from another.
You guys are the first voyagers into the ethereal realm. I can't help you.
We should be
There is
writing this
nothing
stuff
to go
down.
off of.
Writing down what?
I'm actually surprised you guys figured out how to do this as quickly as you did. Normally, you guys are weirdly
We
stubborn.
dwaddle.
Writing down how to navigate this weird.
I was
realm.
actually wondering if you guys were gonna follow Aelin the entire way and then pop out in fucking in Emelroth, and I'm just gonna be like sitting here like, here we go again.
Fuck!
That's what I was expecting to happen, and it almost did, and I'm a little upset.
You see, following Aelin helps sometimes.
It was
mean, you would've
actually
gotten
not
out.
helping.
Following Aelin helped because we realized it was a stupid idea.
Man,
Am I
I didn't
wrong?
like that. No.
Is there anything else you guys are doing in the sand? Are you now sludging through this? The sand here is not as firm as it was in the desert. It actually feels like trudging through snow because you can't really walk on the top of it, and kind of just it's trudgy. You guys are moving at half pace.
Do our wings
Just-
work?
Aahana getting up, sliding down the dune.
I mean, you could fly, but that just feels like it'd be more energy. And you guys are on half rations.
As I sit there, I think way back to the time that I gave up the skating, gusting, fucking sand dune sled and I crawled
Yes.
inside.
Because you would have left everyone else behind because you could only take one with you.
Well, it would
Also,
have been fun.
it's would have been mundane because it was so good at skating because of magic.
True.
Yeah, but still. Would have been a sled regardless. A little further, and I think we should probably take a rest.
You check your watch.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 hours.
Wait, what?
But
You feel like it's been the same amount of time as before, but it's not.
This is layer upon layer of realm. Each place we go to is a little bit different. Well, under the pretense of being called a wimp, I keep walking.
You guys trudge forward for the next few hours. At least that's what it feels like. It feels like another 12 hours go by. Do you check your watch?
Yeah.
It's been 4 hours.
Am I
You don't feel
fucking hate
hungry
this
or
place.
tired, but you guys feel like you've been literally walking for a day.
keep
Come on,
trudging.
keep pushing through it.
how long has it been?
It's been at most 6 hours.
You guys walk for what it feels like another day before finally your stomachs ring out in anger and your knees wobble.
Do you have the ability to set alarms on that thing?
It's mechanical, Oswald.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's set to our world's time stage. Our bodies are adapting to whatever we're in at any given moment, but this is still actively doing it. Like, look at it. It's ticking in time with what's in your head and what you feel, but your body is still adapting otherwise.
Besides, we do have an alarm. You three getting hungry.
Nah, she has a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's camp up for the night, day.
Son's head pops out of a dune. Let's go.
Swimming in
Brother,
sandies.
The sandy does not taste sandy.
It tastes grainy.
Don't eat the sand, Blueson.
Sounds of litter box scratching.
No,
Just the fucking vigorous scratching of a cat digging.
Brother, the sand tastes like. TV static, that'd be a better one, but.
Out of all the places you guys have been, this has been the most comfortable. The sand almost seems to accept your body. It's very nice, honestly. It's very silky soft, too. It's not like grainy sand where it feels rough. But then you get up and you're like, oh god, it's like powdered sugar. It's gonna get everywhere. But then you realize it doesn't really float away. There's no wind. It has the same weight of normal sand, but it has that feeling and texture and grain of like powdered sugar.
Are we doing the same watches?
Make sure you guys eat.
Do you want to switch? I already marked down the rations. Do you want to switch?
I don't know.
Then we'll do the same.
She hasn't taken a watch in a while, so she's like,
Yeah, we don't need you falling asleep on us there.
whoever's
Honestly,
first watch.
you're probably one of the most physically adept of us, so we want you as rested as possible.
It's not
26.
perception.
I know I gotta roll a d20.
Roll me my d20, goddammit.
awfully threatening.
I want you guys to get infested with fleas, okay?
That's it, you're getting amoebas, motherfucker.
Roll me d16. Now roll me a d2 and pray it's not 2. Upset.
It's the bison again.
Yes, it is. In the distance, Wilk, this time you can see them a little bit better. So it's bison, and because of the lighting, you can actually make out features. They're kind of horrifying. Just sort of trudging through the sand. This time they don't stop, they're just moving. And
Oh,
a
sweet
rather
Jesus.
large herd of them.
Fucking hell, that's a skull head. That thing's sucking up the life in the sand.
I don't think I want to eat them anymore.
I still want to ride them, but that's probably a bad idea.
By the time your watch is over, they've completely vanished off the map.
Do they even leave tracks?
You don't know, it's far away. You just saw them moving from over a dune. You'd have to go and look if you wanted to look, motherfucker. Go, please, go get lost! Split the group!
I wake Oswald up.
Eh.
Zero watch. There's more bison things, and they have skull heads. It's terrifying.
Oh, what? He looks around to see them, but they're
They're
already
gone.
gone. Did you draw them?
I'll be able to give you a proper picture when we get out of here.
Alright. And the D20. 17.
Roll me a d16. Pray you don't wake up Wilk and have Wilk have a real problem.
$12. Oh, we're being attacked. Wilk wakes up, punches me in the face, goes back to sleep.
Roll me a D2. Both of those look like horrible things.
And now
What'd you
you
get?
can throw 1. Now you can throw as much as you want at me without having to worry about me getting a fucking ability, because I can't get fucking abilities here. I can't get any ability.
So at first you think you see what looks to be a spider in the distance. It's got spindly legs and there's a big body. But
Hey,
as you look at it, that's not a spider.
that's not. Oh god. I get as low as possible. Coming towards us.
It doesn't seem like it's spotted you yet. It's moving in the distance across the dunes. I shall show you.
Yep. I quit.
As the only person awake, are you trying to hide?
Yes.
As you duck down, roll me a stealth.
Okay, I am not good at this, but stealth. 22.
Nice. You hold your breath as this thing sort of lumbers in the distance. It's rather large, and while it doesn't seem to be making the ground quake, you can almost, in your soul, just sort of feel each leg hitting the ground as it moves across.
Oswald just like undulates until he's buried mostly in the sand.
You stay there until finally it's been about at least half an hour since you've last seen it, because as it basically faded into the fog that seems to permeate these sands. Your watch passes.
I go wake up Aelin, and I show him the picture. It's like, I saw that. It didn't see us. If you see it, fucking hide. It was big, and I could feel it in my soul. I am saying this all very quietly, but loud so my mic can pick it up.
Hey, I don't want to fuck with that. You go get some sleep.
I'm not sure I can, but I'll...
Fucking drops. Alright, longbow out. You want that roll 20?
Yeah. Where's that D20?
7.
Your watch passes by that hitch. Daylight comes. With that, I think we'll take a quick break.
Good, I gotta pee so bad.
I gotta go walk Abigail.
desert.
Sam D's.
Sam D's.
When do you think the others are gonna get back?
Eventually.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Shay, Raph. I discovered a surprising thing I have not gotten yet in 14.
What's
Despite being as bloodthirsty and fight crazed as I am in that game, I have yet to get the achievement for killing 100,000 enemies.
Oh, wow.
I only killed 88,000 so far.
I think we recently got that achievement. Barely, though.
So I've just been running around killing things randomly when I don't have anything to do. I think the problem is that when I'm doing the story, I don't stop and fight things. I just run past them.
We've also, while done like more of the content than us because we mainstreamed with the story instead of going back for their stuff, we have done like the first ARR and Heaven's Sword Relic, and the amount of fates and fate grinding we've done, been forced to do for not only for that, but just for like that standard shit is insane.
Yeah, fair. I have not done any of the fate grinds, really.
Oh, these are brain collectors. Got it.
That's not terrifying to hear.
Well, Aelin's safe.
I was about to make that joke.
In the
Yeah,
future,
I know you
that
won't
just
wanna
means there'll
fucker.
be a version of the Eldronji. Technically linked to, like, you know, the, fuck, what are they called again? The Mind Flayers.
Yeah.
And the, you know, the Mind Eaters and shit.
I'm just imagining a fucking Lila-esque woman walking up to someone that's just like the form, the figure, the bam, you know, goes up to the ugliest fucking bastard and goes, you know, I really like a nice, smart man. Steals his fucking brain.
Cue
Brings a
the
new
fucking
word.
Davy
Turns him into an
Jones.
intellect devourer.
Cue the Davy Jones scene, shoving the tentacles in the nose.
Just enough hentai to know where that's going.
Is there though?
I don't know what hentai you're watching, but can I get a link?
No, you gotta pay.
Damn it. That's my
I didn't-
birthday money.
I didn't go into the deep down, dark deep down just for that.
Come
You
on,
freak.
you're not gonna do the obvious joke that everyone has to do, Hatter.
What?
Obviously, you tell them that it's, you know, the best series ever made, the most cerebral, engaging story ever written, Boku no Pico.
I don't know what that is.
You need to go back to your underground pit. Don't ever look it up.
Don't look it up.
Too late.
Don't look it up.
We're being serious here. Don't look it up. It's a reason why it's a classic joke.
He
That
probably
and
knows
Bible
what it
Black
is.
are the things that you
I can-
tell
He
noobs
probably
to look
Googled
up.
it, and there's a list of
Those are
episodes,
kids.
Yeah, those are kids.
And all the
Yes.
hyperlinks are purple.
We
for
can't say the word on thing, but don't look it up.
Listen, government agent watching, you heard it. They recommended it.
I
didn't
did
go looking
not!
up that myself.
I said it was a joke. I
in Minecraft.
prefaced it. It was in a joke.
If you alphabet boys want to kick down any doors, it's theirs.
You are in
You're
America.
Alphabet.
The alphabet boys aren't over there. Well, legally.
Let's be honest, they are. Listen, there has been a white van parked at the top of my street for I don't know how long now.
They're making sure no kids steal any copper.
Do you have a
Yeah, that
ham
hasn't actually
radio?
happened in a while.
I think you mean they're trying to make sure no more kids explode trying to steal copper.
Do you have a ham radio?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, that's why. The ham radio is the only thing that requires boots on the ground these days. And buddy, they're marching.
I just want a
I'm back.
Roomba full of tannerite.
Stop
Welcome back.
triggering him.
A fucking Roomba full of tannerite.
Alright, guys.
Long rest over. We get up. We feel tuggies.
Pinky and Wilk again. Just as strong as last time. Aelin, you know where yours is tugging, and
Yeah.
Oswald, you know why you don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Same way.
Well,
I suppose.
vaguely.
It's not really vague. You know which way to go.
Yeah.
And while you guys and your stomachs grumbling that you're not getting enough food, and have been walking for an entire day every day, like protest as you start to climb the nearest dune. As you reach the peak of this rather oddly large dune, you do see in the distance the sand starts to darken, the sky as well. It's a weird. If you were to keep going in that direction, eventually you guys would be in a much darker area. For the first time, you're not seeing it just happen around you. You see an area that's different.
Huh.
Dark sand. Huh, you start hearing opera. Nope!
All right. I
So,
get the
go
feeling
forth
theme's
into the
there for a
abyss?
reason.
Not just the dark sand, and you're not even sure if it's the sand that's that color or if it's the fact that doesn't seem to be as much light.
Press on.
Even the fog in that area seems darker. As you guys walk in the direction, at first it doesn't seem like you're making any progress. But you trudge on. Again, every time you check your watch because you feel like it's been an entire day, it's not. How's everyone's willpower doing?
It's gotten more stubborn.
You're hungry, a little bit achy, tired, sick of the sand.
This isn't even half as bad as the shit Sludge put me through.
The rest of you?
Oswald's
very
just getting
sick of
more
the
and more
sand.
fascinated.
It's
Aelin?
waning with every day. He just wants to go home to his wife.
At the very end of you guys' like a couple more feet back than the rest of you, barely trudging through the sand, like toppled over, just fucking hands dragging the sand. He's still moving. Aelin.
Look back behind me briefly.
See him lagging behind.
Aelin,
What?
there's only one path right now. If you want to get out of here so quickly, well, we gotta get the job done first.
Yeah, I'm coming.
But Aelin, your gut is telling you that if you go the other way, you can get out.
It's like I'm moving this way, but there's a rope around my throat, and it's pulling that way.
Mind over
Aahana,
matter,
can I catch a
Aelin.
ride?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just clambers on the back.
Mind over
Because I
matter.
don't have to eat, and I'm the only one getting uninterrupted sleep, so.
You guys trudge forward, and eventually, though you don't know when it started happening, the area around you is getting darker. Well, the blackness in front of you doesn't seem any closer. The area is you're finally starting to realize as you look back and how bright it is back there that you're definitely getting into the darker areas. The sand isn't changing color, just like the light just is slowly dimming.
Oswald, remember when we were kids?
When I was a young adult and you were a kid, yeah.
Yeah. You remember that time that we snuck out to visit one of the nearby towns and they had like one of those attractions where you'd kind of stand on a treadmill and the scenery around you would change, but you wouldn't actually move because it was a treadmill. But the scenery was painted on like the walls around you. It was kind of tied to the treadmill. I'm getting that feeling.
Right. I remember we got kicked out of there because you tried disassembling it to see how it worked.
Yeah, Fenris really picked a fight with the owner for that. The guards didn't buy the excuses. And then we had to walk about as long for days on end as our punishment from Sledge. Yeah, this is really giving me those same feelings.
Yeah.
At this point, you definitely know you're in darkness, but you didn't notice when it happened. You look back and you see the brilliant light. You look forward, it's just as dark as the darkness further on. It's almost like you got there, but you didn't. Because it doesn't seem any different. It's just dark now. In fact, it's so dark, you can't see the sand. You can barely see each other. What do you do?
I scream, I have dark vision.
You want to fight me, bitch?
Loose
Roll.
If there's no light, you
2d20
can't have dark vision, can you?
damage.
Random Russian from the distance. I have dark vision, 120 feet.
We keep walking while looking like a fucking sticking out of a sore thumb because Lusan is kind of our light source now.
Yeah, you can see because of him. That's why I said you can barely see each other. He does give off a glow.
Everyone just stick close.
When's the next time you're gonna check your watch, motherfucker?
Tempted to throw a firebomb to light up the nearby territory and piss off something sleeping.
The fireball just sails into the distance and then keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, and you just see dunes of sand, far as the eye can see, before finally in the distance it fades.
I'll check my watch.
It's been 23 hours.
I bring it up to the others. About at the end of this. Should probably settle in and hope to get all the way over there by the end of this.
I fucking hate this place.
It's fascinating.
As you look behind you, the light that had been there is no longer there. You guys are surrounded by nothing but inky darkness. The only reason you have any sensation of what's going on around you is this simple glow from Lusan, and the fact that you can feel the ground beneath your feet.
Well, we're definitely getting close to something.
Alright, should we pause for a rest and then carry on in the morning, night, whatever the fuck?
Yeah, I think so.
Just rolls up Aahana's back into the sand.
Just face first. We just hear him going blah, 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 blah.
Keeps rolling down the sand dune. Ah!
Ah, fuck.
In the distance. Who put a snake on my doorstep? Well, let's settle in.
You guys begrudgingly eat your half ration, your stomach screaming for more.
Sustenance.
Same
Should we
routine.
Should we do full rations just today? Because it seems like we're getting close to somewhere.
No.
No? Okay.
We'll stay alive, and that's all that we need right now. Strong enough to fight.
Glaring at Wilk.
All of you feel like you're at least 50 years old. Your bones ache. Your muscles protest the lack of sustenance after all the endurance of having to wade through sand. It's not gonna be a nice night.
Yeah, no, medical opinion, we're eating a full meal tonight because we've been exerting ourselves way too much.
I side with the doctor. Besides, we have enough to last us a while.
If it hadn't been for the fact that we were walking 24 hours a day, I'd be fine with it, but we're not doing normal metabolic activity right now.
Aye, that word.
Takes out blanket, puts it on the sand, falls asleep.
As the rest of you finish off the remnants of your ration and do your best to not want more. You fall into a fitful sleep, those of you that are sleeping. It's weird because you close your eyes and it doesn't look any different than when your eyes were open.
Lusan splits into his two-pair self and leaves the campfire version of himself in the middle, with the other sticking close to Wilk.
Aelin immediately sits by the campfire.
I guess I should have asked, how are you making a campfire?
The quote-unquote campfire is Lusan.
Oh,
Well, that half now.
so not actually a fire, just embers.
I mean, you could technically
Embers
cook
at
on
best.
them.
Alright, Wilk, perception.
25. Nat 1. Nice.
I didn't ask you to roll the other one.
Oh.
One last time, everyone, answer me. I don't want it to type it again, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I already sent mine in.
I saw. While they're typing, honey, in the far distance, you see two specks. Purple.
2 specks of purple.
It almost reminds you of eyes, but
Do they remind me of the purple fires from the temple, or do they remind me of the lamps on
it's too
Fate's
small
back?
to really tell. It feels like they're close together.
How far away are we talking?
You don't fucking know, my dude. It's in the
Far
inky
squared.
darkness far past where the light that Luson gives off reaches. What do you do?
Well, I take more of a kneeling stance, using like the gun is upright, with my arm on it, just right there, with Luson next to me. And I'm keeping an eye on it, but my ears are, I'm listening to around me. I'm not listening towards it. It's darkness after all, and I'm going to maintain watch on that thing while also keeping my ears around me in case it's something.
Perception
sneaking
again.
around. $14.
Takes you a bit, but as you're blinking, but eventually you do notice that it feels like they got closer. But after a bit, after you finally realize that they moved and they were bigger and they're obviously flickering, and much wider apart than you thought, you hear something sort of snort next to you.
Slowly look at it with my eyes.
You see a Farron just sort of curled up in the sand next to you, looking at you. And next to him, you see a couple others. 4 in total.
Are they charged?
They are. There are 4 Farron seeming to be sort of here, laying in the sand next to you all. You're not sure, but it kind of feels like they're waiting.
They are no threat to us if we ain't fucking with them. So I'll look more directly at it, and in soft celestial, you can stay warm with us if you want.
Doesn't seem to respond to your celestial. You remember from back in the day it spoke something else. Or at least understood something else.
Really? I thought it was
Yep.
celestial is what it was. Huh. What could have been? Oh, primordial maybe. I'll try it again in primordial.
Nothing.
I'll cycle through a few languages.
How long till you do the new one you guys saw recently?
Wait a second. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah. The one that the dead were speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I will use that and translate that as welcome to stay here in the warmth with us.
Its ears perk, but it doesn't seem to be miffed or any sort of like thing. It just seems to, it's just watching you.
I'll let the watch continue with it. I'll even like offer it to sniff me.
As you reach out to it, it grabs your sleeve and seems like it's starting to get up, like, and tries to like tug you towards it, unless you try to resist.
I pull it back a little bit.
As you resist, it lets you go and then settles back in.
They're gonna guide us. Lost souls. They need to rest first, though. I look back to the others.
They're just waiting. They seem to be, well, the one is watching you, the others have their heads tucked into their sides. The rest of your watch passes without a problem.
I stand slowly, and I go over to awaken Oswald. Oswald. Calm.
Eh. Eh.
I don't
Do
know
I
if
see
you
them?
can see them, but the Farron are here.
Do I see them?
You don't see them.
I think
Yeah, I don't
they're-
see them.
I think they're going to guide us, but we're safe for now. Just stay aware. They look like they're waiting.
Alright.
That one I'm naming Fluffy. Yes, Lusan, good job.
He's currently sitting on top of one of them that is sleeping. Father, watch me. I'm riding.
I'll go to sleep.
Oswald.
Yeah.
You notice in the distance 2 flickering purple lights.
Heh.
Far outside the reach of the light. Aside from that, everything else is suffocating darkness. Aside from Lusan, who is currently floating in the air above nothing. And his campfire itself on the other side.
Looks at that. Blink, 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 blunk, blink, blunk, blunk. Okay, then. And he's gonna just look at the purple lights and wait.
Eventually, you feel like your watch is over.
Yeah, I'm assuming he handed me his watch, so I'm gonna go wake up Aelin.
Hey.
Apparently there's
Alright.
Farron around. I don't know if you can see them.
Aelin, look! They're back! The weird skeletal cat horse things.
Ugh. I don't like that at all.
I wish I could see them. How dare you?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Go to sleep.
Never.
God.
D20. 8.
Oh yeah, it's this thing.
Yeah, I brought up the arm.
I worked hard on those, you shusha.
It's terrifying. It wants to eat me.
Does it though?
Everything I've met wants to eat me.
Well, stop being a dick.
No.
The
That's your fucking
Quicklings
fault.
didn't want to eat you, they just wanted to castrate you.
No, they only wanted to do that after he didn't pay them. Remember that, he did that to himself. Aelin, again, aside from the Farron, and, Lusan rolling against one, you see the 2 weird flickering purple lights in the distance. Aside from that, nothing. The darkness is almost suffocating. Can't help but think, if you had followed what you felt like you should have followed, you'd probably be home by now.
I'm here longer than I fucking have to be. Alright, time to wake up.
Hey.
He's shouting that, but he's not taking his eyes off the phone.
Just Aahana gets up. The fuck are you staring at?
You see Losan floating a little bit off the ground.
They're Farron, and they're here for their money. Or payment, anyway.
No, they're not. I think
No,
they're here to
money.
guide us.
And we're trying to find death, and they're what guides souls to death. Or the afterlife or something.
Yep, you might feel some odd feelings, but... And I, reach out towards the one watching me.
It gets
Just
up
a
and
flapping
it
of a
walks
blanket
and
in
it
the
walks
background.
over to you and then turns its side to you as if
Mount.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll get on it.
it immediately starts walking off and the others get up. One goes to Oswald, one goes to Aahana, and one goes to again, Aelin.
Lusan will assist Aahana and Oswald in mounting it.
Are you guys okay with randomly Lusan trying to get you to mount something that you can't see but can feel?
I'm not gonna have Lusan help me. I'm just gonna go, well, since it's dark as shit and I can't see them anyway, Oswald just closes his eyes and tries to mount them without seeing.
The things move with you and make it a little easier. But do you all get on?
Yeah, Aahana would
Reluctantly,
get on.
yes.
Eventually, you guys are sort of, those of you that can't see them, floating through the darkness. You can feel each impact of each leg, but it's a gentle ride. Those of you that can see it, see the trail of the soul in their weird tree horn. Sort of, one illuminating the area slightly, but also leaving a trail in the behind you as it goes. You guys continue moving forward, and the 2 purple flickering lights in the distance seem to get bigger and further apart. Eventually, you actually start to see something.
Ooh.
As you get closer to the lights, they start to actually illuminate the area around them, and you see a single sort of glowing crack. You see, as you get closer, as the hours pass, sculptures, carvings, and those of you that can't read it, weird language. Those of you that can, clearly you've seen it before in the Death Temple. Single glowing entity stands in front of this crack, and there's two purple flickering braziers on either side of this doorway. It takes a while, but eventually you do arrive. And the Farron aren't stopping, though. In fact, around you, those that can see them, you guys have joined an entire rather large mamba line of these Farron creatures seeming to go towards this entrance. If you do not stop or get off, they seem to be taking you in. What is your choice?
Should we go in?
Well, you've
Look
dragged me
down at
this
the
far.
Figure. Maybe we should stop to look at the figure.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you get off the Farron or no?
For now.
Yeah.
You get off the
Mine.
Farron, they don't even stop. They continue.
Thank you, you did a good job.
We, I guess, dismount near the main entrance, and I'll start walking up towards it.
A glowing figure, rather translucent, with little to no features, as if it was draped in a shroud, is standing. The Farron themselves seem to pass through it. It doesn't seem to move. It's about your size.
Hello, can you understand us? I'm using the death language.
Undine.
With the slightest movement, it looks towards you. And after a long pause, in Undine, it speaks back in a hollow, almost haunting tone. You shouldn't be here.
In a way, we have permission. Is this where death resides?
Only the dead are fallen here.
We need to speak with Death himself. Is there any way that we can pass through here to speak with him?
Only death is found here.
Aahana, what are they saying?
Only death is found here.
Oh, well,
Oswald,
that's...
present the daggers.
No, Aahana takes them out.
Oh, you had them, okay.
Yeah, she's just been carrying them.
He doesn't seem to, there seems to be no motion. It just sits there. Can't tell if it's looking at you or through you.
We are attempting to power these? I'm not exactly sure on the colloquialism, but we, I guess, need some essence of death for one of these.
No response.
I look at the language. Can I make out some of the words properly? The descriptors.
Yeah,
Only death is found
It's-
here.
it's a bunch of scriptures. It's very religious. You're not sure why it's here. I don't know what it said. I'm sorry. That would be a lot of winging it out of nowhere. I mean, I could try, but are you gonna make me?
No.
Well, that depends. Will it help us get through here?
No.
It just says on
no.
repeat. We saw you, we saw.
I look to the spirit one last time. If we walk through there, will we be able to get back out?
Only death is within.
I sigh.
What is he saying? I don't know that without my
Only
primalism.
death. There's only death. That's all. That's all they say.
So I guess that either means we'll die or we find the literal manifestation of death.
Maybe both. Well, there's really no other way forward than through there. That being said, that's where we end up at the end of our journey either way, isn't it?
Yeah, we're just hoping to not have a whole bunch of company really, really before their time.
Well, I usually
Aahana
wait to go
shrugs.
last. Shall we?
Walks and slithers in.
So,
Right alongside her.
oh, well, okay. Well, those of you that aren't so gung-ho and are hanging back slightly, watch as both Aahana and Wilk step forward, moving past this figure and into this sort of purple light. Their bodies crumble. What do you guys do?
Huh.
Oswald, they're taking us to death again, aren't they?
Yeah.
They stay there. The bodies are just laying at the side of this creature, of this being.
Do they... Like, I'm looking at them. Are they breathing? or is
They're
it
not
just...
breathing.
Yeah, they're dead. But... I mean, I think Death is your cousin.
Pause.
So... okay.
Aahana and Wilk. You're on the other side of this barrier and you're looking out over a magnificent cityscape. What do you do?
I check myself. Do I have any of my equipment, or am I just nude here?
You don't know. You look more translucent. As you're checking yourself, you get a glimpse behind you and you see the gate still there. You see your body and Ahana's crumpled behind you next to that figure, and you see Oswald looking very concerned.
I look at Aahana. Should I go
Do
back?
I still have the daggers? Am I still carrying the daggers?
You think so, but like your body's over there.
I don't know how this works, Wilk.
I'm gonna walk back towards my body.
You walk back out of the portal, and your body's still laying there. Oswald, you see a Wilk ghost.
Eh. Well...
Yep.
Huh.
So that was a bad idea. I'm joking. I don't know yet. I kind of like lay into my body. I get back up.
Roll me your casting. Because you want to connect, right? You believe you
Yeah.
can. You're not at all feeling any like you might not.
23.
It feels like it takes some effort, and you get scared for a minute, thinking but you do seem to your soul seems to settle back where it's supposed to be.
I carefully get up, strenuously.
You feel achy and just tired.
I look to them. It's possible, but it's a challenge.
Like your vision's a little got specks of black in it because you weren't breathing.
Just Aahana still holding her theoretical daggers on the other side. That didn't look easy.
It wasn't. That being said, we don't have all the time in the world, so I look forward again and I reach out and you see me slump.
Alright, well, nothing ventured, nothing.
Aelin, what do you do?
He's just looking horrified at the three of them, like...
Just
Ghost
Aahana
Ball comes
makes
out. Come
eye
on.
contact with you. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. You can just stand there and wait for us.
No balls.
Are you on the other side?
Oh,
of the
for the
gate?
love of
You
bumps!
are.
Luson stays back and just kind of curls there waiting.
I died it once before. I don't want to do it again.
I can show you no balls.
You guys look out over a rather pretty cityscape. You see lots of flickering purple lights and moving, glowing cyan ones. There's spirits here? And you thought all spirits went to the world soul. You're not sure what's going on here.
Huh.
Maybe some kind
see-
of processing.
Next to you is a inky black river that seems to feed into the waterways of the city in the distance. Around you, everything is dark, with the only thing light coming from these purple braziers.
This is oddly peaceful.
A boat floats up, a spirit at its helm. It stops. And it seems to just wait.
I guess we get on
onto
the boat.
I guess.
You don't see any of the fair, and you don't know where the fuck they went. As you guys enter the boat takes off, floating kind of peacefully down the river. This inky black water beneath you. Randomly, on the sides, Aelin and Wilk will see fully bodied spirits. Maybe with like a missing arm, or maybe a piece of them that doesn't seem quite right. The rest of you just see wisps. Every spirit to you is a wisp.
Does he recognize any of them?
Right now, no.
Looking
good.
around at it all. Noticing some of them are missing things. I look towards Aelin, most notably. Is he missing anything?
No.
I look to the others.
His
If they're
patience.
missing anything.
No.
Look at myself.
No.
Oh God, Wilk! What's that on your nose?
My nose.
Oh, it's just the rest of your face. And that's
As
what
the
you get for the no
ferryman
balls comment.
continues to quietly and stoically drift into the city with you all. You sort of drift down what looks to be some sort of you're next to what seems to be a large passage. Like there's a street next to the waterway, right? And there's docks, but there's just like, it's kind of like New York where there's just people milling or moving through. For those of you that can't see, it's wisps moving in very organized lines. To the rest of you, it's people. Some of them moving up towards the castle and the mountain in the distance, some of them coming back. In the distance, you see other spirits either flying around, lighting fires, or doing other things.
It's like a whole functioning city. People of every race are here. Maybe some I have never even met before.
Man, Oswald, this is awesome. I bet you wish you could see this.
Can he not?
Yeah, you guys don't know that they can't.
Are there
Oh, yeah.
rocks on the ground anywhere?
Is there no?
There's not a
You guys
loose
are in the
pebble or
water.
anything?
You're in the water.
Okay.
What do you want?
I'm just gonna smack you. It's not gonna do anything because we're ghosts, but
Yeah.
I'm verbally telling you I'm smacking you.
So, is this like the city of death or something?
We're kind of... Yeah, I'm thinking so.
You would think doing this would mean, like, I'm dead. I should be able to see things.
Well, your body still has a tie, so maybe you're not dead. You're just spirit walking?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
shaman really not as drunk as I thought he was?
Yeah, Oswald,
was.
what were you saying about death being the cousin?
Like, Fate and Destiny are your grandparents.
Man, my family tree's fucked.
Maybe they're your uncles?
Remind me to ask when we get there.
I look to the ferryman. So do you talk at all?
No response.
Wow, it took this long for someone to actually try and talk to me. Hi, yeah, my name's Derek.
Do we seem to be heading in the direction of, like, the big thing in the distance?
Honestly, right now, you've actually come to sort of like a float, kind of near a pier, and he does turn to look at you all as if gauging where you're meant to go. What are you all thinking about right now?
The mission.
The mission.
Tower.
If he's going to be able to get back into his body.
After a moment, the ferryman turns back around and continues, pulling you towards what seems to be the large mountain in the distance and towards the edge of this city. Eventually, you guys come to the mouth of the river in this lake that's sort of wraps around this mountain, and you see a bridge with more spirits moving back and forth up towards the mountain. In fact, you can see in the distance there are little like lights glowing, winding up the path.
In the distance, we see one barbarian that's still alive at 1 HP, but because he's raging, he can't go to 0 hit points.
He pulls into a pier and then waits for you all to get off.
Get off.
Yeah.
As you get off, a sound like he groans. Do any of you look at him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's reaching out a hand.
I reach for my wallet and I go, wait, my wallet's not here. It's on my body. Wait,
I mean,
is
you
that
do
true?
pull out your
Am I right?
wallet.
And I like,
Uh,
I hand out 6 coins, 2 of each, and I stick them out, see which one he prefers.
He still has his hand out.
I'll just put them all in there.
He takes them, and then he starts to paddle away.
Huh.
We have to pay for shit even when we're dead.
I mean, paying for passage is a very common thing in death-related mythology. Not
I'm more
even just
surprised
here.
that we have ghost coins.
I guess we did die on them.
I mean, so you pulled out your wallet. He just like pulls his like has his stick.
Yep.
Is the stick material? Oh, hey, all of our stuff's here.
Great. A reason to be buried with all your riches in the world. I'm sure the rich would love to know that.
Well, if you remember correctly, everything in Narthuza has soul.
Oh, so my staff died.
I'm sorry, little buddies. Look at my money.
Alright, which way?
I'm guessing up the mountain. Or up the bridge.
Oh, man.
Is that a mountain or just a really big building?
Mountain with a castle on top, it looks like.
Ah.
Up as we go.
You guys climb onto the... You basically walk up to the main road and you start walking with, or do you want to move past these more slow-moving spirits?
I'll try to move past them.
You move past them. None of them seem to pay you any mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like side-eye the others, and I go, if we end up having to go to the back of a line to visit death or something, I might actually kill myself for real.
You did twice.
I had help.
After a bit of climbing and wandering, you see the path actually ends at a specific specter. It's not even all the way up at the castle itself. It seems to be a certain area here. There seems to be spirits walking up and conversing in a... You can't hear them, actually. And eventually they turn and they walk back. Some of them don't. Some of them continue onward. Very few, though. It's like 1 in every 100, it seems, from the spacing between the people moving on. What do you do as you reach this specter? It looks a lot like the one that was at the gate. It's covered, so even those of you that can't see figures can see that there's a shrouded figure here.
We get there, I'm guessing he just like stops us. Or do we just walk by him?
You can try to walk by him if you want.
I get the feeling that's a bad idea, God.
Hello?
We're here to see death.
The thing doesn't seem to respond to you.
Aahana, show him the daggers.
I don't think that... What? Okay. Shows him the daggers.
You get no response. In fact, some other spirit comes up. They seem to converse, and he turns and walks down. It seems to be ignoring you.
Oh.
Ah.
I'm gonna try to walk past it.
You walk past it.
Ah.
I love scaring you.
Fuck you, God.
Well, it's a good idea to try and practice proper decorum in a foreign land.
We finally
Fair.
learned to do that, and it's pointless.
I gotta keep you on your toes somehow.
Let's keep
One of
going.
these days, she's gonna have us encounter someone like, sending a letter saying you're coming is basically declaring war. We're going to kill you now.
Don't tempt me.
I feel like death is powerful enough to know that we're on the way. Proceeds. But Always Sunny pops up. Death didn't know they were coming.
I didn't switch the fucking music. I'm sorry.
I don't know, it's oddly fitting.
No, it's not.
Oh, I haven't... There's no music playing for me.
Oh, there's been music playing.
Should have been a
It's
soft background drone.
You might have
No,
turned it down
literally
from
in
like the opera.
jukebox. It says now playing. Nothing.
Well, yeah, I just turned it
currently.
off.
Roll 20
okay.
fucks up sometimes.
I haven't heard anything.
Well, then refresh.
Well, I'm turning music on right now, so. I turned off the ethereal realm stuff.
Oh, I like this.
I'm a little sad that you're not going to hear much of this before you meet Death and then have to switch it, but...
It's just very, very quiet.
Yeah, I think you
That's
turned
fine.
it down whenever it was the opera, so...
It's Wabbit Hunt
Well, I only
season.
had it down to 30.
I look around in this courtyard. Do we even recognize any of these?
There's no
souls?
courtyard, there's still more path, basically.
We're still walking, buddy.
Like, do I recognize most of these races, or are there actually just some that I just don't?
There's some weird fucking figures.
I'm curious. I look over to one. Can you understand us or see us?
You see this creature, like, side-eye you with, like, a look of, like, the fuck is this thing talking to me? He looks just as terrified to see you as you might be if you saw it in real life.
No reason to be scared. I was just asking a question.
They hurry on ahead.
You see, Wilk, your antisocial tendencies were so strong we got put specifically into introvert afterlife.
Well, let's keep moving then, I guess. This is definitely one of the strangest experiences I've had.
Yeah, it's up there. Where do you keep finding those?
Part of your mind,
Aelin just
honey,
put the fucking Beotrill.
because I know that Wilk is at least somewhat competent when it comes to this shit. Maybe it didn't speak your language.
Yeah, I know.
So this ancient being finally making it to the afterlife sees a weird fox man coming going,
Fucking Simlish.
With a fucking, with a constant look of, like, being very upset because of his eyebrows. Like he's begging for coin.
Oh, Shabani, Jabuda, Solo.
Wololo.
Wolololo. We'll keep walking up.
Eventually, you guys do make it to the open doors of a very cathedral-esque place. Inside, you see spirits moving to and fro. You see quite a few of motionless spirits, though. A lot of... Even for you guys that don't see the figures, some of these wisps look really small. To those of you that can see, there's entire just, like... You know, like a statue that's been, like, shattered and it's just a piece of the statue?
Yeah.
It's that. And at the very far end, working on what you can only describe as a tall, slender being that looks mostly finished, but completely still, is, to each of you, and I do mean this, is a shadowy figure in black and grays, wearing what you're wearing, and looking exactly like you, except for the face is a skull, and a skull of you.
Huh.
Do you
It
guys...
seems to be attaching a piece to this soul,
So
not paying much mind to what else is going on in the place.
I'm asking this because vultures do have very strong ties to death. Do you guys all see a skeletal vulture?
No. I see myself.
No, I see me.
Oh.
Me, looking off to the right, long skeletal tail. There's Aahana. I approach.
Man. I look hot even with my skin.
That's weird.
You all approach, and death doesn't seem to pay you any mind for now.
I
as
also
I
love
switch
how
over to Death.
we were talking about how we weren't sure if this was your cousin or your uncle, and you just called your cousin Uncle Hot.
Yeah, honestly, with my family tree.
No, bad.
Pardon,
Pardon,
Fate
spray
and
bottle I
Destiny
didn't
are
have.
giant, non-humanoid beings.
Pardon both of our intrusions and our ambient bickering over how you're related to Aelin.
Death seems to stiffen when you actually speak to him, and he turns, and you all are staring at the death-touched version of yourself, basically. It's no color, of course, just shades of gray and black, shrouded in shadow, with a mask, almost, that is just your skull as a face. It just sort of, like, stares at you all, as if unsure what the fuck is going on.
We have a mission that we need to complete. And we need your help and
Lifting a
Life's
hand to cut you off, do you stop?
Yeah.
He walks forward to you specifically and starts like digging around in your pack.
I let him.
He pulls out Sledge's dagger. You see the shadowy flames in his eyes seem to light up as he pulls something from it and then walks past you.
I look at
Basically
him
the
closely.
dagger back in your hands, basically.
Look at the dagger and I look back at him as he's going.
You see as he walks up to Sledge, standing stiff and still, pieces missing from him, and he basically attaches it to a spot that was once a hole. And then he just stares up at it, sort of his hand caressing his lower jaw. His own, not Sledge's, by the way.
I was about to say that's more weird.
Sorry.
Doing both. Caressing himself and Sledge.
I look up at it. I walk over. What do I see missing from Sledge?
Just pieces. You're not sure what they mean. There is a huge hole in the middle of his chest, though.
I reach around, trying to feel for it. I lift up both mine and Sledge's Slayer amulets and I offer it.
He turns, he takes them, and you see as he sort of pulls something out of them, letting the amulets drop as he turns and starts putting pieces in.
Well, hopefully you'll get to finish that soon. He's very close to me.
He turns. That would explain why, in your voice, by the way, I'm sorry. I can't do your voice. Why you're holding on to pieces of him. Why are you here? You shouldn't be here. In fact, you're probably dead.
Well, I'm hoping to reprimand that soon enough. We're here because we're on a mission and we need your help and Life's.
Just staring at you.
Aahana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walks
Dagger
up,
woman, bring out the
presents,
daggers.
presents the daggers. We need some essence of death.
You shouldn't have those.
We were told where to find them by fate or destiny or both. I can't remember which one told us.
The being before you sighs and pinches the bridge of what his nose bone would be.
Destiny kind of offered to give them to us fully.
You don't understand. You should not have those.
We know what they're capable of, at least.
Do you mean
to a
me
point.
personally?
That's even worse.
Or, okay, the group. Okay.
You shouldn't have those.
We plan to return them to the man that was all worms as soon as we're done.
So you did get them. Is it still alive?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You should not have. You know, normally when mortals come across a thing guarded by such a being, they go away.
Well, normally they don't need to seek power to kill the creator to prevent the whole world from dying.
He sighs. And perhaps that is what the fate of that world is. Why are you rebelling against fate?
Because fate and destiny asked us to?
Yeah, well, my parents
There's a
aren't the
reason
greatest when it
why.
comes to things like that.
Because what happened wasn't along their plans, even if it might be.
He waves his hand. Even fate and destiny are not able to say no to the end.
Silas caused what's happening to Du'un Thulzul. That's why we think we can prevent it using this.
Well, I don't see here of any good, proper reason why I should be helping you thwart what it could be the end of your world.
I mean, if it's bound to happen, then it wouldn't really matter what we do.
Exactly. If you give us that help, then it would fail anyway, wouldn't it?
You don't understand how dangerous those things are.
And what would it take for you to be willing?
A proper, actual reason.
Well,
The biggest reason we've been following is that would save our entire world and our realm. A realm that has the chance to have been exactly the vision that fate and destiny sought after.
And I don't know if that's worth the cost of potentially putting my children in danger.
What do you mean putting your children in danger?
Scheherazade, Grak, Nartha, all of them. Nanaku.
We're not planning on keeping these. We are going to return them the second Doomthul is dead. We're going to put Zack in his place.
Hollow promises from hollow mortals that have been swayed by far less.
We walked into this realm willing to die, just as we've walked into every foe willing to die for the sake of this hope that we could save this realm. It's not us you
Yes.
have to be worried about. It's those that
Mortals
could
are
kill
very
us.
stubborn and they never think ahead. I know. That's why I keep getting these, and he gestures around. Most of these souls should be in the world's soul, and the various worlds they come from, replenishing, but they can't go back broken. That would only cause more damage. I have to wait until I can collect every piece so I can send them on their way.
A lot of pieces are currently floating over to Umthul as an undead army. If we can get rid of him, it'd be easier to get rid of a lot of these bits and pieces, and Zack can take over.
Sometimes these souls never get to go back. Some pieces are completely gone. You cannot change what has already been done.
Perhaps.
It is noble to try to prevent future harm, but you and I both don't know if the future that you're trying to thwart is one that you should thwart. It's not about what you could do, what is destined. It is what you should be doing. What should you be doing is not always something you want to have be, going on.
If I spent my life doing things I wanted to, I never would have made it here, to be honest with you. And your daughter trusted both me and Aahana to carry this mission to fruition. Scheherazade herself has touched us, and if she has faith in us, we deserve to have faith in ourselves.
She's currently young and not complete, so she doesn't know everything yet.
Fate willing, she never will. Nobody should ever know everything.
No, that is her destiny, eventually, as she has more time to adapt and slowly come into her own.
Everything has a balance. That's one thing I've learned living on this world.
Yes, and what if saving your world dooms another? What if those daggers could be better used somewhere else?
I
or
do
not
have a
used at
question.
all?
You said the creators are your children. Would not Doomthul fall under the same?
Yes.
Do you not wish to see him no longer suffer? It seems that something's
If he
happened to him.
dies, he will be reborn.
So, wouldn't it make more sense to hurry that along and not have him suffer?
What is currently going on with him is something he needs to learn to not do in the future. Striking deals with other creations of our parents is never a good idea. He can't learn if he is to be saved every time.
Every kid that falls off its bike doesn't deserve to die, though.
See, death for them is different. It is much like falling off a bike.
Strange analogy for arguing that they should help us kill someone.
I don't expect mortals to understand the flippancies of death toughing things like us.
Oh no, I was talking to Wilk, not you. Sorry.
They like to harass me frequently, if you can't tell.
It's true, we are mortals and we don't understand how death works to you, and I imagine it's as hard for us to know how you work as you know how we work. But I've been doing everything I can to try and save what family I have. That's my reason.
But with balance,
If that's not good enough, then I'll have to just keep trying to find more.
he can't just give us anything regardless because of the balance. What can we offer you to hold the balance of this? Our memories of its existence once we're done with it? A fragment?
He turns and he gestures out towards where you saw all those souls. Can you, in good faith, know, knowing that if I were to empower those weapons and not take them from you, and allow you to do what you think you want to do, and that would doom about half those souls out there to never become whole again, would you still do it?
Aye.
With certainty. I wouldn't like doing it, But the point of accomplishing something you don't like doesn't always have to mean that it was for wrongdoing.
And that is why I cannot give those to you. Because you are that selfish. Do you understand?
I understand what you mean, but it is not for me, my certainty. It's for the certainty of the life that can be grown, and the world that can be had will surpass the lives that we have lost.
Those are not lives that are lost. Those are lives that were stolen and that do not get to go back to refurbish and replenish the worlds they came from. That is not the same. If you had said no, I would have given them to you. But I don't think I can, in good faith, trust that you all won't do something that I would come to regret.
I'm just looking up at Sledge in thought. Every single one of us and every single one of those souls comes from somebody with that same thought of selfishness.
Not all of them. You cannot generalize people that you have never met.
Not directly, no. But there's certainty in the sense that if there's a possibility in every outcome has been a possibility. Is there not?
Why are you talking in circles? I don't enjoy or have the time to be talking theories with you.
Because the circle
Well-
is the cycle of peace and destruction.
Well,
And we have been able to help against that cycle. Because we wanted to. Because we thought it would be better for the world.
He lifts his hand. I've had enough of you, and since I can see no reason to give you what you're wanting, and you have not offered anything that would be of any sort of solvent for this, I ask that you leave.
he's right,
Actually-
Wilk. No,
I think you're right, Death. What's going to happen is bound to happen. So, Aahana hands over the daggers to Death. We're gonna kill Duenthal ourselves.
that's what I was trying to say too. Yeah. We
He takes
came in here selfishly, acting like giant heroes, and I realize now we don't need to try and invoke forces bigger than us. We need to just try our best to solve the problems ourselves.
I mean, we came to the same conclusion with wildly different logic. I just realized I'm good enough. She turns around and starts leaving.
Before you leave, Long One,
Turns back.
I have a proposition for you.
What?
When you find yourself tired of your long work and duties to one of my daughters, why don't you come back here? I could actually have use for someone like you. You could help me fetch these pieces that I'm having trouble gathering so that I can patch up more souls more quickly. Having a strong arm that's determined and stubborn would be very good for me.
I don't know if you did this on purpose, Shay, but you've just played into something she wanted to do.
I have no idea. This is all.
I was talking about figuring out how to fix the Underdark by getting like Lamia down there and whatnot. You're like, hey, you want to fix souls? She just looks back at Death. I'll find you when the time comes.
He nods and then he flips one of the daggers over, the obsidian one, and it glows. He then holds both out again. Only you I trust with these. If you so much as let any of the others touch them, I will know.
She takes them back and she goes, don't worry. I'm used to slapping them all around.
He nods. Now, before you leave, if you attach them at the tail, it can turn into a double-edged greatsword. Just be careful. You seem
She,
like you're a
like-
stronger person that needs bigger weapons, so I just thought I'd tell you.
She like looks down at the daggers for a couple seconds. Slowly attaches the tails.
Immediately, they latch together and become this handle for, as they extend, the glowing one of his, the blade extends. The other one, it's not, but now you just have a greatsword.
Just looking up at the blade. Oh yeah, this is way better than daggers.
He nods. He then lifts his hand. Is there anything else?
No,
So are you
I'm-
like the uncle or something?
He just turns slowly to look at Aelin, and then he snaps his fingers, and you all wake up on Newt.
That wasn't an answer, asshole.
My head hurts. Nosebleed.
You guys saved it at the end there. I was actually thinking I was gonna take those away from you, and fuck, dude.
Hey, I knew the answers, but I had to play Wilk, not me.
You're
I
fine,
was
bud.
I'm starting to think there's a problem with my microphone because I was trying to talk like 15 times there, but no one ever responded to me.
You kept stopping yourself. That's why I didn't stop to I thought you just didn't want to talk after that. You gotta push through, man. What was up though?
But I was basically gonna say the same exact thing that Aahana did. Like, we need to not do this. We have our own strength.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. I tried to interrupt Wilk a couple times, but Oswald's not the kind to just be like, "Shut the fuck up!"
I know, and that it happens. Aahana, you now have that. The shorter blade of the life dagger kind of sticking out of the bottom. I guess you could kind of use it.
I can poke at people. Alright then. I was actually not expecting to get this.
Rubbing my head. Well, I trust you more than I trust most people, so... Perhaps even myself.
I think I just got offered a job by Death.
Yeah, you did.
Just like holding the greatsword and like shining it in the light. I'll serve Scheherazade for quite some time, and then I'll find him. I have to make sure the Valkyries of Steel, the Law of Steel, is ready and can withstand itself.
Ness, are you there? Looking at weapon.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
You don't sound
Move
good.
up. Flying hug tackles Oswald because soul problems.
Aahana, behind Wilk. Sloth's there. And as you finally turn and look, you see that Adrian is behind Aelin. Their arms are crossed and they're just staring down.
At them or me?
No, at their respective patrons.
She kind of like slowly lowers the greatsword like onto her lap.
I
You
know.
guys should look behind yourselves.
No.
You guys kind of died. Like, you really fucking died. What? Ah, shit. Hello.
Well, I'm not on fire yet.
Let's leave the warlocks to their patrons.
Yeah.
Perhaps you feel a hand on top of your head, hun. Perhaps you hear something whispering next to your ear. Next time you're going to be doing some stunts like that, you let me know.
At first in his head, he thinks about that would have been bothering you, but then he's like, that would have been less bothering you than bothering you now.
You feel his hand tighten and it's kind of painful.
Sorry about that. My intent was not to wake you up. I actually didn't think you liked me that much.
You think they're dying in there?
I think
You're
we
my
know.
only patron. And with that, he lets you go, and before you could turn around, you could sense that he's gone.
I mean, I was gonna give him a hug.
You turn to give him a hug, he's gone.
Just Aelin refusing to look anywhere except directly at one spot on the table.
Yeah, Aelin, what
He's
are you
just
doing?
staring. He's just staring at the table. He's just no.
You feel your chair move backwards, Aelin.
Oh god.
Hey, Lila's in the other room. She's kind of pissed. She was working on an incantation, just kind of dropped.
You hear a growl in your ear, Aelin. Run.
Yep. casting Zephyr Strike, he's gone.
Yeah. So Adrian is hot on your tail, chasing you and screaming.
Mentally,
No.
to Sylvanar in the distance. He's fine. We just had a... Well, we had to talk to Death. It was weird.
You don't get a response. He'll chase you
Sorry,
until you
I'm
pass
sorry.
out. Like, actually, until you pass out.
Mentally to
Yeah.
Silas. He's fine. Wait, you already know that. Cuts off.
That's why, none of your, Sahara or anyone's reaching out. They know.
He's actually gonna come to a stop like, wait, why am I running? I tried to call out to you!
Clothesline on fire.
Yeah, you get knocked out.
Flying lariat.
Adrian then
Wait,
turns
what
to
he-
look at you, Wilk, and then he vanishes.
I wonder if
Aelin's just
Death's
laying
open
there.
I wonder if Death's open to me trying to do that too.
Clothesline Aelin?
Aahana.
No, I'm talking
that's-
to Aahana.
Yeah.
Sorry, just clothesline Aelin? I mean, I think he'd be pretty decent at it.
Yeah. I was just kind of still wrestling with the whole morality of the situation and kind of, maybe
You-
overthink
yeah.
everything.
You have to be more assertive, though, Wilk. I mean, Oswald. I did not say Wilk. You have to be more assertive, Oswald.
Yeah.
I reach into my pack. Lift up the foxtail sending stone. Hey kid, how long was I out?
What do you mean? You literally talked to me about 5 minutes ago.
I don't think
Alright,
collecting
double-checking.
souls is easy if you're not willing to forcefully take the pieces.
I might have to ask you for your help on that. I really do need to become more assertive. How do you do it?
I just know I'm right.
What if you're not? What if you might not be right?
I can handle whatever comes of it.
There's no room in her head for her not being right.
No.
In her
I
head, she's
know,
either
I'm
right or
right,
strong enough to
But
be
if
right.
I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, I'm strong enough to make myself right.
Huh. I hadn't really thought of it that way.
I mean, to be fair, even when we're wrong, we've figured out how to make it right anyway, so not much has been telling me I'm not right in the way that I'm thinking.
Huh.
Oswald
Bush
in the
guy,
back of his
missed
head.
you!
Oh yeah, she was a barbarian.
No, Oswald in the back and out loud. Just that actually makes a lot of sense, and just is thinking.
Sending stone. I'm going to fuck to bed.
You are all pretty tired. And Sandy.
Are they gone?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't hear Adrian screaming anymore. I'm gonna bathe first.
You all pamper yourselves and pat yourselves on the back for a job well done.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna wait for her to be done.
She doesn't even take off her armor. You just hear the giant splash into the water, and she just wiggles until there's no more sand.
Oh god, she broke the bath.
Just a pool of water following behind her.
Jumps in, splash, crack.
She didn't jump in, she fell in. Oh wait,
Takes his
Zach
clothes
wouldn't
off.
be here.
And just kind of soaks in the bath.
Just her. Fine, familiar. Zach, get back here.
He does.
Just tells him all about where they were. Sopping wet pillows.
And you're just gonna leave Aelin asleep on the fucking floor.
Apparently.
We don't know you were knocked out.
Just
Take it up with
Wilk
the
does.
dude who watched it happen. You just
Lufa notices, waits for Oswald to be done in the bath. medical attention.
He's got a concussion. Maybe a bit of a cracked skull.
Oswald just like, we really need an infirmary.
I think we have a spare bedroom.
You mean the one overtaken by his fucking garden?
No, there's another one.
Oh, is it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, is there a bed in here?
No.
I've told oh my god, Emmy like several times he could take it, but he prefers being out in the
Go in here.
with the animals.
I'm gonna go see if we have a spare table or something lying around.
You
Pretty sure we
really
don't.
don't. You guys have just what you've gotten so far. You'll have to get an extra bed from there or some shit.
Well, I'll just go up and grab some bedding and lay him on the ground,
Just use your
bandage his head.
bedroll.
Yeah, he does have a bedroll.
Yeah, I'll use bedroll then. And medicine check to unfuck his head. He wakes up, he's suddenly not an asshole anymore. I did too well. Medicine.
Definitely fractured skull. You're probably gonna need actual healing or a potion. Like, it's not life-threatening,
Ow.
but it'll heal faster, and he won't have as many issues.
Healing, hot box.